All right, and we're back. It is Friday afternoon. Yeah, today was a great day for trading. I had some of our group members, students, man, they did amazing today. It was just one of those days. One of the students, newer student, he made $35,000. Said that right? $35,000 on the announcement. Um, kind of now again, this is on a prop firm account, so he wasn't able to cash that in. Unfortunately, he was slightly bummed when he found that out. But yeah, he was pretty excited about that. And then the rest of them all did really, really well as well. So super happy for the team. There was, oh gosh, yeah, one of them had 5 accounts. He's group trading them, and so all of them are up over 4 or 5 thousand a piece. So yeah, people just did fantastic. And so I want to go over some of the trades we had today and the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let me flip right over to the charts, okay? First trade we're looking at right now is right about 501. And unfortunately, before the Blue Cross, so we got the Blue Cross set about 66, 87, 25, somewhere on there. If you look over here, the yellow line had not crossed yet. And so, yeah, the price would have gotten in and you wouldn't have taken this one. This is one where it's kind of disappointing, but at the same time, I follow these rules exactly. And the yellow line hadn't crossed until 502. But by then, the price is already up above. And yeah, we wouldn't have taken this one. But that's the first trade, okay? The next one we're going to go over is pretty close after that. It's about 515. And again, this was a similar case. We are looking for a trade. The Blue Cross did jump up and inside this Blue Cross, or inside of the bar right here. And we are trying to get in about 94, but 94 didn't quite happen at 13. And so did come in at 14, but it just didn't work out there. Again, the yellow line hadn't crossed yet. And so the price was already in it. And by the time it started crossing, which is this one over here, the price was already there. So we didn't take this trade either. 2 spots, we didn't take the trade because again, by the 13-minute mark, the Blue Cross already jumped up inside, and so we wouldn't have taken it plus the yellow line. So that's it's easy to see on what has two rules, breaks two rules. So definitely didn't want to take that because if you notice, there was this green bar that did shoot back up, and it probably could have been okay somewhere, but you would have, yeah, you don't want that. And another green bar, and then a red bar, and the green bar. So yeah, not good. That's why you follow the rules. All right. Um, let's go to the next one. Just wanted to point this out. This is right at 5:30. This is the announcement time. It is an announcement. If you're trading a funded account, you cannot trade. And the market started getting a little choppy a little beforehand. That's when you clearly know it's like, hey, this is going to be a wild ride. My favorite time to trade that I think believe I'm allowed to trade on one of my funded accounts if I choose to is the CPI. But this was unemployment claims and a couple others as well. So, but check out this. I mean, this is like from roughly 760 all the way down to 585. I mean, this is a $200 movement here. This huge movement. It went super fast. It jumped up and down. It was just, if you got in it, like again, one of our students, group members, he did, and he, again, $35,000 movement. But also too, you could easily lose your account on that one as well. So that's why I try to avoid that one. I just wanted to point that out for us. Okay. Let's go to the next trade. And then this trade I liked a lot because it's an easy trade to take. We're looking to try and get on the very top up here, about 1225, is where this blue cross is, waiting for this movement to happen. And so 1225 was actually, it was right about there, but there's plenty of room on this bar to keep going up. I believe the high was 17, so it's $5 more. Great trade, easy trade to make. And it was one of those trades where it's like a sure thing right when you get into it. So 549 was a great trade. But you see too, yellow line had crossed, and so it crossed down here somewhere where the bar started. And my entry point was about 12. And so the price had to move all the way up to get me in and then kept on going past and got me out automatically, okay? And so again, here's the price that I'm looking at my charts. I'm following the blue crosses, roughly, 1175. So 1175 right there. And it jumped up well over $5, $6 past that point. So I like that. Yellow line crossed, you get in, and then boom, you're done and you're out. Okay. Very next trade happened that I did take was at 633. Now, I usually don't like taking trades that happen right about the time of the opening bell. But this just set up and I was like, I gotta take it. And everything just worked out. So Uh, that's why I decided to take this trade. The trade, this is a 632, asking for 595 entry point right here. And where I'm looking at is, oh, I missed it back here. 595 is actually up here a little bit. And so I didn't get in on this one because again, the yellow line didn't cross. Yellow line crossed here and then opening bell opened right there, but 595 was down here a little bit. And so again, if I would have got in earlier, that would have hurt and then that would have been slightly painful. But since you wait until the yellow line crosses, it did cross. That one finished, and then boom, it crossed over. You clearly see that, so that's why I entered in at 595, and I had lots of room to run. It was a big movement for me at 633. Made a big chunk of change right there, so happy about that one too. So all that rule, man, it saved me from so many like trades where I was right and wrong at the same time, and the price it just went in, got me in, didn't quite get me out yet, and then went the other way. So ever since then, I stopped it, and I'm like, just stick to those rules. Okay, this last trade I want to talk to you about is kind of an important trade. It's a yellow line crossed up, didn't quite get to the price, and then crossed back down again, and then crossed back up. So I want to show you this. This happened a little bit later in the day. It was at 12:14. So the entry point we're looking for at is actually right here at 5:34, and this is where the blue line is. So it didn't quite make it all the way up there, which is totally fine. And watching this yellow line, it went up past these the brown and the white, then came back down again and then back up and eventually got you in right at 12:14. This spot right here. And it was actually 12, 13, 14, if I'm right. Well, you would have been a little slow, but you would have got in right there. So that's where that hit. And then when this line closed, it would have been back to back. And so it would totally been okay to take this trade uh, if you were slow. So it did break one minor rule, but I liked it because it demonstrated went up and down and back up again, and it got us in. So there we go. All right, that's the trades for today. There was 27 trade opportunities, and of those 27, 17 followed all the rules, all hit. If you had been slow on two of them, you just don't get them, and you see if there's a rebound, and you can actually take the rebound. But the rest of them were all solid, easy peasy day, man. It was a money making day from the very beginning, and just kept on going all the way through 1 o'clock. And it seemed like later in the afternoon, started from about 9 o'clock on, it got really streaky, where you had win after win after win and then you don't take a trade, and then three more wins. I mean, I'm looking at this, and it was probably one of the most streaky days I've seen in a long time, especially 17 trade opportunities that all would have worked out. So there we go. Stick to the rules, follow the rules, and you'll do fantastic. And for those of you who sit there and watch this, thank you so much. And yeah, have a great day and say your prayers. Bye bye.